Hey guys, it's Jonathan here from GuitarScalePatterns.com. Today I want to look at one common question that I get, and it refers to how do you move scales around. What's the secret to this? So what we're going to do is we're just going to look at one scale, the pentatonic minor scale, and we're going to look at it in three different positions. Now keep in mind that what we're going to talk about here applies equally to all the different scale patterns, okay? So we're going to start with the pentatonic minor scale in the E minor position. So that means we can start here at the open fret on the sixth string. Our next note is here, that's a G. Okay. Our next note is the A here. Next note is right here, the B. D, E. Okay, that's the first octave. I've got our G and A again. Then we've got another B and a D. Okay, and then we end up with our E again and another G. Now, in this scale pattern, right there, that is our root note, okay? The E. That's what this whole scale pattern moves off of. That's kind of like, that's the anchor point for the scale pattern. So if we want to play this scale pattern in a different key, remember currently we're in E minor, which is the relative minor of G major. So we've got our major, relative major right here. That's a G. So this scale works great if you're playing, chords like G, C, and D, things like that. But say we wanted to move this scale pattern and we wanted to play in the key of A. Well, that means that our root note is then up here on the fifth fret, right there. That's A, right? So the relative minor is then F sharp. So we start with our F sharp. Okay? Now we just do the same pattern. We just move it up. We move everything up 2 frets. And here we go again. We've got F sharp and A to finish off with. Now, can you see how this is the same pattern? Now, this might look a bit different to you because I'm using the open notes here. But we've got the same pattern. Now, let's move it up. So this is F sharp minor, okay? F sharp pentatonic minor. And again, here, this is our root note, okay? That's the root note. So we've started a root note, the open E. Now we've moved it up to an F sharp. Now let's move this up to an A minor. So to do that, we just move our root note here, and we move it to the 5th fret, to A. Okay, so this is A right there. This is the 5th fret. I'll just put a 5 here. I'll call that 0 or open. And so forth. So this is now our root note. Okay, that's an A. And so now we just keep the same pattern. Right, so we're going up 3 semitones here. See, we went up 3 semitones over here. There's 1, 2, and 3. I'll just make that a little bit. And that's the third one, right? So it's the same pattern all the time. So there's 1, 2, and then this is the third. And then we go up and so forth. And we follow that same pattern. And because the guitar tuning doesn't change, this pattern is consistent throughout. Now I've just made a mistake here. There we go. That is our A pentatonic minor scale, okay? And this is likewise is the F sharp pentatonic minor. Pentatonic here, if I can spell correctly here. And up here, of course, is E minor, right? E minor pentatonic, the same thing. So I hope you can see from this that we're moving this root note, and from it the whole scale pattern follows along, right? So now we move it up 2 frets and we get F sharp minor, and we move it up from the original. If we move it up 5 frets, we get A minor. And the same holds true. We could move it back down 2 frets to G and we'd have G minor, or move it up further to G sharp and then we'd have G sharp minor. So hopefully that explains that a little bit more clearly. If you haven't yet gone through the Guitar Scale Patterns course, I highly recommend it. You can find it at PlayGuitar.com, and we'll see you again next time.